Welcome to Tarot and Chill. My name's Nisha, and this is a pick a card reading to find out what makes them happy. I've got 4 groups for you to choose from today. Group 1 is this red stone here. Group 2 is this clear quartz. Group 3 is this rose quartz. And group 4 is this amethyst, I think. So please pause the video now if you need to take a moment to decide, otherwise I'll see you in your reading. All the timestamps will be in the description box. This reading is for you if you chose this red carnelian. Let's see what card you have. Your first song is Janine, You Deserve It. I'm glad you found your angel. I'm sorry it couldn't be me. But I never meant to hurt you. I hope one day you'll see that I had to find myself before anyone else. But I'm glad you found your angel. You have Scissor Garden, Say It Like That. Love me even if it rain. Love me even if it pains you. I know I be difficult. You know I be difficult. You know it get difficult too. Open your heart up, hoping I'll never find out that you're anyone else. 'Cause I love you just how you are. Hope you never find out who I really am. 'Cause you'll never love me. From the Ancestral Path Tarot, you have the King of Swords. From the Fountain Tarot, you have the Page of Swords. And the Chariot. From the Goddess Tarot, you have the Nine of Cups. And then from the Golden Universal Tarot, you have the Seven of Wands. And the King of Wands. Let me just tune into your reading. With this song, I think some of you might be asking about an ex or somebody you're not in communication with anymore. Or maybe you are in communication with them, but you're not close like you used to be, or your relationship's changed in a way. Maybe say it's somebody who used to be your best friend and now they're far away from you. And they've kind of moved on. Maybe they've got a new best friend, or it's your ex-partner and maybe they've got a new partner. I feel like this person's really happy for you. Genuinely. Like genuinely they are happy for you. They didn't have bad intentions. They're not a bad person. They are, I'm seeing from these cards, which I'll go into later, they are a little bit of a self-focused person, but they're not a selfish person. And that's important to note at the start of this reading. I feel like this person cares about you. They really do. No matter what the situation, even if it's not somebody, like not an ex or not an ex-best friend or somebody you're drifted apart from. I think this person maybe, it's not really, like the topic of this reading is what makes them happy. So it's kind of not what I was expecting to see, but I'm seeing that this person, they often think about things that they've done wrong and they kind of micro-analyze. Is that a word? Sorry guys, it's late as usual. They analyze everything that they do or say, or literally everything, like their body language, the way they come across to people. I feel like they always feel like they accidentally hurt people and they're kind of self-deprecating. I feel like they don't, like, I'm glad you found your angel. I'm sorry it just comes across a little bit. Like they're a really sweet person, and I think from the cards as well, I think this person kind of has trouble, I think, with relationships a little bit. Not trouble. I feel like nobody else would know this. Like nobody else would see this about them. Everyone else would think they come across like somebody who has everything, somebody who has it all. But actually, I think a lot of the time they feel like they have to defend themselves from people. I feel like. I'm going to go into that later, but yeah, this person really cares about you. And I think they do struggle with relationships, but they do genuinely care about you. I think you made them happy, and they're happy that you've found somebody else, if you found somebody else. And what makes them happy is finding themselves, focusing on themselves. With Scissor Garden, say it like that as well. I feel like, again, hoping you'll never find out who I really am, because you'll never love me. I think this person's really hard on themselves, I'm seeing. But the reason they might be so hard on themselves is because one of the things that makes them happy is overcoming challenges and maintaining their position no matter what, putting in hard work. And I feel like because of this, because of the fact that they're so determined and they're so ambitious and they're so determined to overcome anything, and they do set kind of boundaries with other people, I'm seeing, that makes them an easy target, I think. And a lot of people, I feel like they kind of feel under attack a lot of the time, and they feel like they're having to defend themselves. So when they manage to maintain their position, when they manage to succeed in what they're doing, I think that makes them really happy. When they feel successful, when they feel like they're on top of things, when they feel like they're in their power, that makes them feel successful, makes them feel happy. Yeah, when they're in their power, they feel really happy. When they have everything in their life under control, they feel really happy. This person also likes to daydream. They really like to daydream. Sorry, I'm struggling with the cards today. They have a lot of wishes and fantasies and dreams and things that they're focused on that are far away, things that they're going to have to fight for and put in a lot of work to get. And that makes them happy, like thinking about those things, imagining those things that they want that are so far in the distance, and knowing that they can make those things a reality if they put in the work. This person actually likes to work hard for things. They don't like to just receive things. They don't like to be given things. They don't like handouts. This person is somebody who's been through a lot. I'm seeing they've struggled a lot. They've not had people on their side. They've been alone. They've done things alone. They've had to have an enormous amount of strength up to this point. They've needed a lot of self-determination, discipline, focus, ambition, the desire to succeed despite all the odds, no matter what, to keep going no matter how tired they are. I feel like that's been the story of this person's life. And you should know that, because I feel like you probably were at one point very close to this person, even if you're not anymore. I'm seeing. So you probably know a lot of these things that they've been through. I'm seeing that you probably have some awareness of these things. And they've probably talked to you and told you stories of how they've overcome what they've been through. The energy for this reading is very anxious. So I feel like maybe this person does have anxiety, with the Page of Swords here as well. And I think it's quite hard for this person to feel happy. I think happiness, like to this person, what their definition of happiness, because of how much of a hard life they've had, what's happy to them is probably almost like unpleasant for you, because the happiness like that you've experienced, I feel like that is kind of a faraway dream for them, because they've not really experienced that. I feel like that's always been a fantasy. This person has really struggled in life, I'm seeing. But at the same time, despite all their struggles, I don't think this is like a really moany, miserable person. This is somebody who's very strong. Yeah, this is somebody very strong, and they keep everything inside, I'm seeing. So I think if you do know this stuff about them, you must be very close. I'm sorry, this reading's going so off topic, but I'm just saying what I'm seeing, which is it's somebody who struggles to be happy. They're very anxious. And I feel like in order to deal with everything they've been through in their life, they've had to not suppress their emotions, but they've developed a very, very high level of discipline over their emotions. Very, very high. So they could be falling apart on the inside, but you would never see it unless they tell you specifically. And even then, I think what you'd see is this. This person seems like they're angry. They seem like they're always trying to defend themselves because they've had to their whole life, I'm seeing. Yeah, they've got this kind of fight or flight feeling, this person. And I think maybe they like adrenaline as well. Maybe adrenaline makes them happy because of this kind of life they've had. But at the same time, it's their it's like their stressor. But it might make them happy at the same time. Let me see if I have any other messages from this. In the middle of this reading is the Nine of Cups, so this person's life's very stressful, and I think they may be like a drink. They may be like escapism, because their life's been really, really hard, and they do have anxiety quite heavily, I'm feeling. And they do have to be quite tough, I'm seeing. They feel like they have to maintain this image of toughness. So I feel like their happiness is very private, actually, is what I'm seeing. Like when they're alone, this person probably likes to have a drink alone. Not a big drink, I think just one glass of wine alone. I think that makes this person quite happy to kind of be outside of the world and maybe watching TV, I'm seeing, or movies, especially movies. Music, anything that's like escaping into a dreamland or a different version of reality where everything's perfect. Like somewhere over the rainbow where... Yeah, somewhere over the rainbow where their life's been easier. I feel like this is quite sad, actually. This person kind of fantasizes about the life that they could have lived, in a way, if they hadn't have had all these challenges they've had. I think they kind of wish for a different, not wish, but I think sometimes they escape into a fantasy where they're kind of a different person with a different life. But that might be just a specific message for one person. I think this person's quite agile, I'm seeing. They might be somebody who's quite into exercise. Yeah, actually, a lot of these cards have movement, and I'm seeing especially something like fencing or hockey. I'm seeing strongly, actually, hockey. I think this person, they have a lot of energy. So they probably do need exercise, and I think if they're not getting a lot of exercise, this person is probably extremely restless. Like they're probably visibly restless if they're not exercising enough. They have a lot of energy and it needs to be channeled into something, I'm seeing. So it makes them happy to be able to channel their energy into something, especially if it's like towards a dream. They have a lot of dreams and goals, I'm seeing this person. And at the moment, at least, I don't think they're really relationship goals. But having said that, I think you the viewer. You're like the person to them. If you're worried, like if you're watching this for an ex and you think other people made them happier than you or something and that's why you're watching this video, no, no, it's you. They really loved you or love you. And yeah, I think I'm not gonna say you made them happy, but love me even if it rained. I feel like they felt like, or they feel like you're there with them, and that makes them happy. It makes them happy to kind of have somebody going through the same struggle at the same time with them. If, like, say when they've been through these things, the people who've been there with them, doing the same thing at the same time and having the same issues at the same time, those bonds have been things that have made this person really happy. And I think genuine, I know I've said this is not a super relationshipy, emotional person, but genuine connections where people are open-hearted and sharing, that makes this person really happy. That does make this person really happy. Having those kind of bonds where you're yourself and you love each other through difficulty, through really hard times, and you're just there together loving, that makes this person really happy. And I feel like they've not had that with many people. So if you're somebody that this person's had that with, then you make them happy. This person's, they've really had a hard life and they're still struggling and they're still trying to find their place in the world. And because they're very ambitious, they want to keep going with this. They're still not completed. Although they've completed a lot of their goals and they've got quite far in where they want to be, they're not there yet. And I feel like this person will never be there because part of what makes them happy, part of what drives this person in life is having these goals and dreams that they aspire to and things that they want. If this is somebody and you're thinking how can you make them happy? Like somebody you're dating? I feel like they need space. They need space and they need... If you want them to be close, I think you need to be very open with them, first of all. Very open. And get them relaxed, I would say. Encourage them to relax with you and show them that you're trustworthy and you're safe and that they can relax with you. And to be honest, you're probably going to have to be in a similar kind of situation to them. Like if you have a really easy life, they might not relate to you and they would rather be with somebody who is going through the same kind of thing as them rather than somebody who won't understand. Like, because they don't like handouts. This person doesn't want somebody to come in and be like, oh, I'll save your life, I'll save you, I'll rescue you. Like, they don't want that. This is a very independent person. And I think because they've had difficult relationships and difficult times, they want to be independent. They don't want to rely on anyone else because other people haven't been all that to this person, quite frankly, is what I'm feeling. And as a result, they're not selfish. They really care about other people. They really consider about how... This is not a narcissist. They consider how their actions affect other people. All the time, like all the time. They overanalyze it. I feel like a lot of the time this anxiety comes from them constantly worrying what other people think about, trying to please everyone else, trying to make other people happy. And actually they need their space. And when they do kind of set boundaries, and when they take their power back, when they take their space, that makes them happy. That makes them feel happy. And I think it makes them feel bad as well, but it helps them to be happier. This person's going through a lot, I'm feeling. They're really going through a lot. Like, the anxiety for this reading is extremely high. Like, heart palpitations and everything. I'm struggling to speak. You can probably hear my voice is quite shaky. Yeah, it's a very highly anxious person. So I think they do like to escape with alcohol and maybe other substances. Or maybe just switching off their brain as much as they can, like watching TV or watching a movie where they can escape. So if you're in this person's life, don't be too tough on them. Don't be pressuring them. Don't hassle them. Don't be clingy. Don't be needy, and don't try to meet their needs either, is what I'm seeing. Because they would rather meet their own needs. They like to have something to work towards. They like to have goals and ambition. They don't want life to be easy because they wouldn't know what to do if life was easy, honestly. They might escape to fantasies where life's easy, but in reality, I don't think they'd even like it. They need a mission. They need something to do. They need goals and dreams. I think that's all I have for you, Group 1. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon for another reading. Thanks for watching. Bye. This is your reading if you chose the clear quartz. Let's see what the cards say. Your first song is Coldplay High Speed. Can anybody stop this thing before my head explodes or my head starts to ring? We've been living a life inside a bubble. Confidence in you is confidence in me, is confidence in high speed. And then you have Naughty Boy and Callum Scott Undo. I'm lost for words when you got me face to face. I need you more than ever before, because I can never undo what I did to you, and I can never rewind every time that I hear the truth. I'll be taking it back to what we had, don't know how to react if I lose you. From the Ancestral Path Tarot, you have the Five of Staves, which is the Five of Wands. From the Fountain Tarot, you have the Six of Cups. And the King of Cups. From the Goddess Tarot, you have Temptation, which is the Devil. And then from the Golden Universal Tarot, you have the Six of Swords. And the King of Cups again. So double King of Cups. So let's start with him. There's a lot of watery energy, like not just in the fact that you have the King of Cups twice and the Six of Cups, but this depiction of the devil has water. It's a wave. It's a water goddess. Do you see her? There's her face right there. And I'm feeling very heavy, depressed energy. And you have the Six of Swords, and again, water, a boat, somebody being ferried across the water on a boat. And the Six of Swords is often about trying to keep your head up, just trying to get through the day. That kind of feeling. When you're low, like nothing's super wrong, but you're getting over a tough time. And you're just trying to put one foot in front of the other until you get over the other side of this transition. So this person has a lot of happy memories, and I think they've had a happy past, a lot of happiness in their childhood, especially their early childhood, I'm seeing, when they were very young, like playing with their siblings, possibly. Little games with their siblings that used to make them really happy, and they think about that, and that makes them happy when they remember. They remember, yeah, their relationship with their sibling I'm seeing. This could be sisters or brothers, and they were really close. And they used to have these little fun games that they used to play. And this tight bond. They felt like a team, I'm seeing. And they think back to that as happy days. Or it could be a childhood friend, just as much as a sibling. Somebody who they loved, they felt this really special bond to. Somebody who understood them. And they remember that. And I'm feeling also like a father, this person's father, they really love their dad. Their dad makes them happy. They really admire their dad, they respect him. They have a lot of love for their dad. Or maybe I'm seeing for some people this person is a dad and they have children and their child or children make them really happy. And being a dad makes them really happy. I'm seeing. Family in general. This person loves their family. I'm also seeing with temptation that this person, the devil, temptation, this person definitely likes to indulge in various pleasures, especially sex, alcohol, possibly drugs. This person enjoys that. They enjoy somewhat darker activities. Not anything really dark, I'm seeing. It's nothing bad, it's just normal kind of vices that people have. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, they're bad, but I don't think this person lets it consume them. I think they've got it under control, this temptation, like for the most part. But when they give in to their temptations, when they, for example, have sex or drink alcohol or eat something that they shouldn't be eating because it's maybe bad, like, I don't know, a really heavy chocolate cake that they feel maybe should feel guilty for eating, but they enjoy it. I'm seeing this is an interesting depiction of the Five of Staves, because usually the Five of Wands is about conflict, and you see people fighting, or not fighting, but they're just not working together well. But here we see people who are working together well. They're working together as a team. So I think this person likes teamwork. They like it when everyone gets on. They don't like conflict at all. They like sweetness, kindness, good people, kind people, supportive people. I think this person does have a lot of sadness and perhaps depression even, I would go as far to say. Yeah, I would say this person, they might not be even acknowledging the fact that they have depression, but I think they really do have depression. And perhaps that's why they like to indulge in drugs or alcohol or other temptations to kind of distract them from that. And I think this person, they're not that happy at the moment, I don't think. I think right now this person's actually quite sad. And I think part of the reason this person feels sad at the moment is because they seem to feel bad for whatever they've done. I think potentially to you, the viewer, but it might be to somebody else in their life. Like maybe they've recently, like say this was somebody who was married, say this was a man who was married, or he and his baby mother have recently fallen out, maybe he cheated or something. He feels bad. He feels really bad. He feels really sad. If you, the viewer, are the person who this involves. This is very specific, it's probably for one person, so ignore it if it's not you. This person feels happy when they feel confident, and they like other people to be confident as well, I'm seeing. They don't like it's quite a specific message where they don't like superiority. They don't like being above or below anyone else. They like teamwork, they like supportiveness, they like kindness, they like helpfulness. That's again quite specific. This person, I think they are really going through a lot right now. Can anybody stop this thing before my head explodes or my head starts stirring? And it's a reading about happiness, so I think right now they're not very happy in their situation. And maybe that's why the Six of Cups is here, because I think they were happy in the past and they're not currently happy. Right now they're kind of escaping and trying to get through the day and keeping all their feelings to themselves. And still being really loving and nurturing and caring and trying to be supportive and trying to be a good team member, and they're trying to just get through this period of sadness with love. There's a lot of love. This person's very loving. They have a lot of love for other people, especially family members and people who are supportive, people who are confident and not out to bring other people down. They don't like any of that. They hate that. I'm feeling I'm feeling that strongly. I don't know why. I don't know where that's coming from in this reading. It's just it's there. Yeah, this is somebody who they love equality. They love that. So that's why they like everyone to be confident. They like everyone to be on an equally high level. But at the same time, they like to help. They like to help others. And when they need help, I think when they really need help, they can ask for it. But at the same time, they do keep most of what they're going through to themselves. But I think when they really need help, they will ask for it. So don't worry. If you're worried about this person, don't worry about them, because if they need help, they will ask. But I think it kind of makes them happy to have secrets as well, I'm seeing. This person, although they're very family oriented, they love their family. They love connecting with other people in a very mutually supportive way. But having said that, they also like their privacy. They like to have little, not negative, like it's not anything dark, it's just that they like to have little secrets. They don't like to have everything out there for everyone to see. They like sharing secrets, I'm seeing, sharing their secrets with people. And I think that's what they like to do in childhood, I'm seeing. Sharing secrets with people. They really like that. They find that fun. Because then you see who you can trust as well when you share secrets. Who will blurt out your secrets and who will keep them forever. Yeah, I think maybe some of you are that friend to this person who they made in childhood, the one who they told their secrets to and you never told anyone. If that's you, I have a feeling that maybe this person might feel really bad for something that they've done. I think. And they don't want to lose you from their life. If that's you, and that's just for one person. Again, a lot of little specific messages coming through. But overall, yeah, this person's, at least now, right now, they might not always be like this, but right now they're having a very emotionally exhausting period of their life, and a period where their emotions are high, a period where I think they feel a little bit pulled in different directions, but at the same time, I don't think it's quite a stuck kind of energy. At the same time, there's movement. They're moving forward in the Six of Swords, but they don't really have control over the direction that they're moving in. I'm seeing, or they feel like they don't really have control, like they're just kind of going along with whatever's getting them to where they need to be, or whatever they feel like they have to do, or whatever other people are doing in some cases. I'm seeing. Yeah, in some cases, this person's kind of allowing themselves to just go along with what other people want, maybe. And that might be making them feel sad right now. And they might be doing it because they love other people so much. And they are such a good team player. So I think maybe sometimes they're a bit of a people pleaser, this person. So far these readings have been quite sad. um, sorry for laughing. It's a strange energy. It's very watery and heavy. I think this person, with my laughing and giggling constantly, I think this person does have quite a wicked sense of humour actually. And I think they laugh through their pain. So sometimes I think you might be having a conversation with this person and they're telling you something. They're actually opening up to you for a change. But I think they'll feel awkward about it and they'll laugh when they do that. So you might not take it seriously. You might think, oh, they're fine. And they might not be fine. If they make a joke out of something, it's their way of trying to deal with it. It's their way of trying to process it. And I'm seeing they like it when people care about them and show care. When it's genuine and it's like people genuinely want to work with them and support them and help them. And there's a sense of trust. I think this person, they're not very independent, I'm seeing. They kind of rely on other people. And I think they're quite sad right now because maybe they feel like they can't rely on other people so much all the time. So they're kind of keeping everything to themselves and it's quite heavy. And they're longing for this person who they felt like they could share their secrets with. But I think they've got people helping them. They've got people around supporting them. I think they might be dependent on somebody around them right now. There might be somebody who's really helping them, like a specific person who's helping them through a difficult time right now. I think this person also likes to distract themselves with work, especially like DIY or creating something, building something. They like that kind of work where they can see the actual effects of it, like a product or something. It could be creative something. It could be like writing poetry with the King of Cups here and all this watery energy. Or music. And that makes them really happy. They love anything that makes them feel like they're having an impact in the world or doing something tangible to make the world a better place. I'm feeling this is quite a humanitarian person, I think. They really care about others' well-being. I'm seeing a lot. Almost too much, I think, with the King of Cups here twice. They're really sensitive to other people around them. I think this is probably an empath, potentially, is the vibe I'm getting. And I think this person needs to be quite careful with this temptation, the devil energy, because that can overwhelm water people, especially Pisces. Drugs and alcohol can really overwhelm water people, kind of taking them out of reality too much. They can really, really escape into fantasy, which can be quite dangerous for them. So that's the one little warning for this person, is to try and stay away from that as much as possible. I'm seeing they really do like to drink with this King of Cups here, potentially. This might be somebody who loves a drink, in which case they just need to be a little bit careful so it doesn't overwhelm them. But I think I'm going to end the reading there. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed the reading. I hope to see you again soon for another reading. Thanks for watching. Bye. This is your reading if you chose the rose quartz. Let's see what the cards have to say. Your first song is Ashanti Happy. All my life I've been searching for you. So glad that I found you, boy. All my life I've been feeling for you. Every day I'm so happy, baby. Boy, you got me feeling so good. You take all my pain away from me. Without you around, I couldn't be, and I'm glad you fell in love with me. Your second song is Shana Bass, Hit and Run. Killing my vibe, thought you were the one. I should have listened when they told me no. Distance between you and me. It's easy to see you don't listen unless I'm on beat. I thought you were the one, you just wanted some fun. You stole all my love, call it hit and run. From the Ancestral Path Tarot, you have the Queen of Swords. From the Fountain Tarot, you have the Three of Wands. And the Tower. From the Goddess Tarot, you have the Ace of Swords. From the Golden Universal Tarot, you have the Two of Wands and the Nine of Swords. Let me just tune into your reading. I think, first of all, I think you, the viewer, the first song is Ashanti Happy. And it's about the listener, which in which case would be you, being what makes the singer, in which case would be this person, because that's who we're channeling, happy. So I think in some cases you make this person really happy. In some cases it might not be you, it might be something else. But I think for a lot of you it is you. You make this person happy. But having said that, I think for some of you, you did make this person happy. And I think you might have really hurt them. I thought you were the one, you just wanted some fun. So I think for some of you guys, you hurt this person, you did make them really happy. And now they're not happy anymore. But that's just for somebody. For most of you, I think this person, you make them happy. But also, these readings have all been really interesting because none of these people have been happy so far. They've all been quite troubled, actually. And this person in particular, they have a lot on their mind. They're very, very stressed. With the Nine of Swords here, I think they have a lot of sleepless nights. And just a lot of headache, generally. Just a lot of stuff that just bothers them. Constantly. A lot of worries, maybe debt, anxiety. But also, I'm seeing this person kind of like staying up all night, I think. I think sometimes this person might stay up all night, maybe on the internet, and they quite like that. Maybe that makes them happy. That might just be for somebody. This person has been through a lot of transformation and change, and I think they like transforming themselves. They like changing. That makes them happy. I think they like to shake things up. They're the sort of person who's constantly evolving. They're the sort of person who likes to shock other people, I think. That makes them happy. They're not a very conventional person, I don't think. In terms of what makes them happy. It's kind of unconventional. I think for some of you guys, this Queen of Swords looks very, very evil. I mean, she's like this huge giant looking down on these little people. So I think for some of you, I think this is just for a minority. So if this doesn't resonate with you, please leave it. For some of you, I think this person likes looking down on other people. I think. But for most of you, I think this person just likes, they like to feel powerful. They like to feel strong. They like to feel independent. They like to feel in control of their own life. And for most of you, this is the message. They're not mean. They don't like to look down on other people. It's just that they like to build themselves up. It literally has nothing to do with anyone else. They just like to feel sure of themselves and confident. And I think this person likes, what makes them happy is other people who are like that as well. They're very logical as well. They like facts. They like to be able to dominate their emotions. They're not an emotional person. This is a very intellectual person. They like to know the truth. They like to learn. Learning and knowledge, yeah, definitely. This is a very, very clever person. It's a very clever person. I think they like to get to the bottom of situations. That makes them happy. Like this might be somebody with quite an investigative mind. And they like to get to the truth. It makes them happy when they feel like everything's set in stone. I think this person also likes to have a lot of options. They like to look out. They like to constantly search for new opportunities and explore their horizons and explore the world, go on adventures, travel. This person loves to travel. Traveling makes them really happy. And I think they like to travel alone as well, I'm seeing. Like they just like to go on little journeys on their own, explore the world, get out. Yeah, they like the internet, I'm seeing. The internet makes them happy. They might like memes a lot. They might laugh at memes a lot of the time. I think, yeah, they do stay up too late sometimes, probably just like scrolling Instagram, looking at memes. But that makes them happy. They quite like that. This is a very clever person. I think they quite like to just get out of their thoughts sometimes because their thoughts can be really, really overwhelming. And they also like new information. With the tower here, they like to change things up. So anything new that helps them to like solidify their thoughts and gain more intelligence, learning generally. So that's why they like the internet. They like to read. They like to read articles. They like to discover things. Yeah, this person's constantly changing their way of thinking, I'm seeing. They like it when things are set in stone, but at the same time, they're open to constantly refreshing themselves. But they like to they like to find enough information to get a full picture of something so that they know, they're like, yeah, I'm certain about this. That makes them happy, that feeling of certainty when they're like, yes, I got all the information I need, now I know what I'm doing. That feeling. It's really specific again. With the Three of Wands here, you have the Two and Three of Wands, which is interesting. This person likes to make plans in the future, for the future. At the same time, they know their plans are subject to change. And I think they like both of those things. Both of those things make them happy, if that makes sense. So they like the act of making plans and having the plans and being excited about the plans. But then they also like it when all the plans fall apart. So it's like what I was saying about this person liking it when things are set in stone. And once they've figured out enough information for things to be set in stone, but also they like the process of gathering the information. And if they find out something that makes it not set in stone anymore, then that is really exciting to them as well. So it's like they like having scheduled plans But at the same time, if something comes up that suddenly shakes everything up and is really exciting, they love that too. It's actually quite a balanced person, I think, in general. They like excitement, I think, with the Tower. And yeah, they do like shock value. I think they might be somebody who likes to kind of say things to get a reaction a lot of the time. That makes them happy, seeing people's reaction. It's kind of like a wicked sense of humour, I think. I think they might have quite a wicked sense of humour. Like quite a dark sense of humour, I'm seeing maybe. For some of you. Like they might like dark comedy. This song mentions listening a lot, so I feel like maybe just listening to music makes this person really happy. Could be as simple as that. Or maybe they like it when other people listen to them. And I think they don't like listening to other people, but they like it when other people listen to them, kind of thing. What else am I seeing? They like transformation, they like to be transformative. They want to create transformation in the world. And also with hit and run, those words, I feel like this person likes to do that. Like this might be somebody, if this is somebody you're interested in a relationship with, I think this is the sort of person that does like to have sex and then disappear. That's the sort of person this is. They would see it as a conquest. And then once they've accomplished it, it's on to the next thing. That's quite a specific message, probably for one person. Let me see if I'm seeing anything else for you guys. Sorry, I had to pause the video for a second. This person, I'm getting that they're quite anxious and they have a lot of problems. And when they find solutions to their problems, it makes them really happy. And they do like searching the internet for solutions to their problems, I'm seeing. They love, what makes them really happy is when they get those flashes of genius. You know that feeling that's like, wow, like I've just had the best idea ever. That feeling. Or everything suddenly makes sense. Or I suddenly know what I'm doing. Or just anything that just suddenly changes everything. Or makes everything suddenly make sense. Or gives you that sense of being rushed into action. That makes them happy. They like that. This person's a little bit, they're giving off a little bit of a similar energy to group number one, but not as strong. And it's quite different in a way. But in terms of the anxiety and the adrenaline seeking, I'm seeing they like adrenaline because they are quite anxious anyway. So I think when they do something that's a little bit risky or dangerous, it kind of makes them happy, I think. I think they do sometimes, they do sometimes do slightly risky things, like just even something like running across a road when it's not, it's not a green light for you to do that. They might just enjoy doing little things like that and just that little risk of like, oh, there's a chance something bad could happen to you, but they come out the other side fine. I think that eases their anxiety a little bit in a strange way. So doing little things like that, and then they get that feeling of relief afterwards, like when they don't get hit by a car, for example. If it's the person who likes running across the road, say. When they don't get hit by a car, they feel like, I lived. They feel more grateful for their life all of a sudden. That makes them happy. These readings are so specific. Sorry, guys. They like to work hard, I'm seeing, this person. They want to build their empire. And I think right now their empire is very small. But even though their empire is very small, that makes them happy. It's a small empire, but it's their little empire that they've built for themselves. Maybe, I'm getting another very specific message, but I think for some of you guys, this person had something that they built up that made them really happy. And they've realised that it's not what they wanted, and they're kind of destroying it now. And this process of destroying it is making them happy. Yeah, for a lot of you, this person's just going through a tower moment. Like they've realised what they thought they wanted, what they thought they'd been searching for their whole life, actually wasn't the one. It didn't make them happy. It didn't. And I think they maybe have just broken up with somebody, potentially, or just left a situation, or they're in the process of doing that. Maybe they've been dealing with unpleasant people and they're finally kind of shaking it up and taking back their control and breaking free from a situation. Yes, I'm seeing that for some of you guys. They've made a decision to break free from a situation that was a huge headache after a long, long period of like, should I, shouldn't I? Will it be better or will it just be worse? If I leave this situation and try and find something else, will it just be worse? And I think this person's finally decided to leave. They've had that epiphany, that moment, and it's making them so happy. This feeling of freedom, it's really nerve-wracking. They're so nervous. Wow, I can feel it. They're filled with anxiety and headache, and they've got all these thoughts rushing through their mind a million miles a minute. They can't sleep. But at the same time, they're excited. They have butterflies in their stomach because now they can make a plan to find a new empire somewhere else. Build a new empire. One that will be built on strong foundations that won't crumble like the tower, and that's making them happy. Yeah, I think for a lot of you, this person's destroying something that they've built up. They like creation and destroying. Shiva. It's a very interesting person, actually. It's a person who's balanced, and they also have a lot of duality within them, opposing energy within them, which causes them a lot of anxiety. So that's why they like to find information and seek knowledge, because it helps them to ease their anxiety. They like to find solutions to their problems because that helps them to ease this anxiety, which they feel, these racing thoughts that they have. They have a lot of racing thoughts. There's just a lot on their plate and a lot on their mind. And I think this is helping. This process of destroying and breaking free is helping, but at the same time, it's like a huge wave of new thoughts. So they have a lot of new research to do. And they thought they had everything set in stone, and it's all come crumbling down, which they liked it when it was set in stone, but they also like it now it's crumbling down. And they like the prospect of rebuilding something that's making them happy. They like being victorious. They like success. But it's not in a materialistic way. I'm seeing they might have broken out of a materialistic cycle, some of you, I think. And yeah, I think for some of you, they're going through a kind of spiritual awakening and a dark night of the soul. Simultaneously, like there's a dark night of the soul that's triggered a spiritual awakening. It's kind of a slow process. They're at the very beginning, like it's like a seed. But that's making them happy right now. And they're not super happy right now. They're quite tense. Very tense. They're anxious. They have a lot on their mind. But they have this little seed of excitement. This conception of something that's making them happy. So group 3, I hope you enjoyed your reading. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you again in another reading soon. Bye! This is your reading if you chose the purple stone, which I think is an amethyst, or an amethyst mixed with something. Your first song is Pink Sweats, Body Ain't Me. I can't lie, I want you on me, and girl, I wanna love you closely. I don't want nobody on you if that body ain't me. I lied when I said I hate you, baby, I was trying to get through. I don't want nobody on you if that body ain't me. And then you have Snow the Product Myself featuring Dram. Early bird get the worm, and it won't wait. Haters all getting sentimental. Remember I was working while you hoes stayed home. I was out grinding while you settled. Still helped you out, and I gave you loans. Not my fault what you spent on. From the Ancestral Path Tarot, you have the Ace of Swords. From the Fountain Tarot, you have the Hierophant. And the Two of Coins. From the Goddess Tarot, you have the Queen of Swords. From the Golden Universal Tarot, you have the Magician. And the Five of Pentacles. I'm feeling this is quite a traditional person. This is somebody who likes... They might be religious, and they might have a very close family, and they might be from quite a culture with quite a strong cultural tradition, say, for example, or a lot of strong cultural traditions, which they feel really deeply connected to, and that makes them really happy. And also I'm seeing that this person really, really likes to earn money. They like work, they like to spend money as well as earn money. That makes them really happy. It's quite an independent, hard-working person. But at the same time, I think when they're in a relationship, they're very possessive and they like to be very close to their partner. That makes them really happy, being super close and being almost having their partner need them and them need their partner. But when they're on their own, I'm seeing that they're very independent. But it's like when they're in a relationship, they become possessive. And that makes them happy, like having their partner all to themselves and them being all for their partner. That makes them really happy. This person really, they really like earning money, I'm seeing. They love being successful. It makes them feel really happy when they achieve their goals, when they do something impressive, when they like impress people, when they can get what they want from the material world. Like say if they go to a job interview and they do a really good job, that makes them feel really happy afterwards. They feel that sense of personal power and accomplishment and success and achievement. They like that. That makes them really happy. They're very intelligent. They like learning. They like meditating, I'm seeing. Meditation makes them happy. They like to go into a very quiet place of their mind where they can still everything else and just focus on themselves and what they want and their plans and their goals. Because this is a hustler. This is somebody who's on their grind. They're somebody who's pretty straightforward, actually, I think. Like they're somebody who probably enjoys going out. They probably enjoy eating, drinking, the occasional night out with friends. And then they enjoy having a nice home and family, close family life. And when they're in a relationship, they love for their partner to be all about them and them to be all about their partner. It's like a nice, straightforward type of happiness. And they like going out and getting things for themselves. They like buying things. They like working. They like making money. They like having things, getting things. It's quite a materialistic energy. But at the same time, they're very religious. Or they could be spiritual. a spiritual person. This is somebody who kind of goes along with convention, I'm seeing. They have a hard time. I think they have a hard time sometimes breaking free from trying to fit in, even though they have a lot of their own thoughts. This is a very strong-minded person. But having said that, I think they would go along with what society says. And I think they like fitting in. That makes them happy when they fit in to a situation. When they feel part of something bigger than themselves, that makes them happy. I'm seeing. Whether that be a religion or a community of people, a friendship group or a relationship, or they like to be part of something, they like to put work into it, make it a success. This person loves success. They like honesty. They like being honest. They like saying what's on their mind. That makes them happy. I think they like giving advice as well, I'm seeing. It's a really intelligent person. They like getting really good advice and giving really good advice. It makes them super happy. They like having power. Having power makes them happy. They want to get to a position of power in life. And they've been through a struggle, and I think the fact that they've been through such a struggle and created so much success for themselves, and the fact that they have so much power now, I think that makes them really happy. Like, this is the typical, like, rags to riches person, I feel. It's not somebody who came from a lot of money. They might have come from, like, I'm seeing they did come from a secure, stable family. Like, their family life was lovely. Their parents took care of them, but they weren't rich. They weren't from a rich family. And I think where they're at now is kind of better than anyone in their family's ever done. Or like matching the best that anyone in their family's ever done. And they feel really proud. And I think for them to be able to help other people who've been in difficult situations would make them happy as well, but at the same time they're focused on themselves first, getting their own success, which is smart, because the more they have, the more they can help other people. But it's somebody who likes that flow. This Two of Pentacles has an infinity symbol. And it's in the hand, so they know how to manifest money, they know how to be abundant, they know, even though this is quite a materialistic person, in terms of their attitude to money, it's very spiritual. Like, they know that they have to spend in order to keep receiving money. And they enjoy both earning money, saving money, and spending money. They like that flow, that equal give and take. In relationships as well, I'm seeing that's the kind of relationship they'd want, one with really equal give and take, where you're all for each other. That makes them happy. I feel like they like getting up early and going out. I think they like the snow. For some of you, the snow makes them happy. I think some of you, they like swimming. Swimming makes them happy. They like creating. Some of you, this is a very creative person. I think for some of you, this is the sort of person who likes to surprise people with all their talents. Like, they like for people to not see what they have coming next, kind of thing. They like to pull little tricks out of their box. Magic tricks. For some of you, this person might really like magic tricks. Like, if you're wondering how to impress somebody you want to take on a date, maybe you could take them to see a magic show. They might really love that. That kind of thing. I think they sometimes like to pull illusions on people as well, kind of trick people a little bit. For some of you, not for all of you. For most of you, this is somebody who, what would make them super happy is having that really intense, intimate relationship where you're the only one for them, they're the only one for you. And I think for some of you, you have this relationship with them. And it makes them happy that they have you all to themselves. Or if they don't have you all to themselves and they want you all to themselves. They're quite selfish, this person, actually. Like, they do want to help other people. But I think they want to help other people to kind of feel powerful. Like, they're very focused on what other people think about them with the Hierophant here, I think. Like, they like making sure that all of their colleagues and their neighbours have a good impression of them. I think. They might not always manage it, but they would like that. They would like to fit in, even if they don't manage it. Let me see if I have anything else for you, group 4. I'm seeing that this person is happy when they have it. When they have money, that makes them happy. But when they don't have it, they're really miserable. They feel unhappy when they don't have money, when they don't have material security. And I think it's part of their journey that they need to focus on a little bit, on how they can free themselves from these material attachments. Having said that, obviously, if you're in a situation where you don't have a roof over your head or you're worried about how you're going to feed yourself, then it's like a legitimate problem and you're going to be unhappy if you can't eat, obviously. None of us are happy when we're really hungry or cold. So yeah, they like to have extra to try and avoid ever being in this situation again. And I think for some of them, they are really spiritually evolved and they're not materialistic. So you know them, so you know which one it is. And they're just possessive rather than materialistic. They just like to have it. They like what they have. What they have makes them happy. What they've bought for themselves. What they've accomplished. What the position that they've reached in life, that makes them happy. And they like give and take in relationships. I don't know if I said that. They like the equal exchange, where they really love someone and they really give to somebody and that person gives as much back. They're very intellectual. They like to know everything, I think, this person. Like if they had a family, say, they would want to know all the details of everyone's life. They like to kind of survey things. They see things as they are. They're very practical. Very, very, very practical, this person. This person's not a dreamer at all. They have really strong goals and ambition. They're very motivated. They're very creative. It's not that they're not creative at all. But it's just that they don't have a huge imagination. They're more of that person that would have a really good idea, say. They would have an idea for a business and they're the sort of practical person that knows exactly what they need to do to make that business a success. The sort of person who would put the work in to make that a success. So I think even though they weren't born with a silver spoon in their mouth or anything, they weren't born with success from wealthy parents, but despite that, they have that work ethic, they have that strength, and people look at them and think that everything they touch turns to gold. And I think people maybe think that it's because they're lucky, or because maybe people assumed that they grew up with money because their family is stable and secure. But actually, they've worked really hard for everything they've had. Really, really hard. And so, yeah, they don't want to go back. They don't want to go back. And so they make sure when they get an opportunity, they make it a success. And they're willing to put their mind to it. It makes them happy to figure out what they need to do to make said opportunity successful. So Group 4, I hope you enjoyed your reading. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you did enjoy the reading, and let me know if it resonated in the comments. And I hope to see you again soon for another reading. Thanks for watching. Bye.